Hello, here we are in Seventh-day Adventist Church grounds. That's where I lived for nearly 2 years, right there in an old caravan. And we're going to service the trucks. 6 to 8 weeks to get a booking. So Brian's my old mate, my old boss. Very good of him. He said he would give me and Richard a hand. How's that for service, Richard? Straight in, mate.
I know.
It's like 8 weeks to get a booking anywhere else, and straight in, mate.
Oh, fantastic, you know.
This is my old mate Brian.
Hi, Brian. How are you, buddy? Yeah, good. Yeah, thanks very much. Yeah.
No worries.
Well, I haven't got much on mine, eh? It's got 139,000 on the clock,
Yep.
and Dewey's 145,000.
Yep.
So I just
What do you reckon?
checked the oil and just checked the filter and stuff, and have a look at that air cleaner.
There.
See a bit of spin effects in here.
Away you go, away you go. Right up.
We'll check all your shockies too, Richard.
Yeah.
Not no sort of oil leaks or weeps, is there?
No, nothing.
Gearbox or
It's pretty good.
Yeah, you know.
Richard, everyone's been asking about what sort of tyres you're running. So 265, 65, 17.
Yeah.
Well,
I just run what's cheapest.
Well, that sort of works. You definitely
That's it.
need that heavy sidewall,
yeah.
steel belt, and preferably around the 12 ply.
Yeah, 12
Yep.
ply.
Yep. But you can still let it down and still don't have to worry about too much bulge and
Yeah.
bruising your sidewalls.
Well, you didn't get a single flat tyre, did you?
It's it, bro.
Not one. And they weren't even new tyres, were they? Like they're only probably 60, 70%.
That's
They
it.
weren't even new.
That's it.
The ones on the front are even lower.
Yeah. That's all. Because a lot of people see beautiful looking tyres, but a lot of them are soft tyres too, you know?
Well, they're only about
Yeah, all right,
50%.
bitumen. But when you really start needing them out in the...
You gonna have a go mechanicking, Darren? You don't look like you're dressed for mechanicking.
Take it down the pearl shop, I think. That's what you should do.
So you're
Leave
my
it there
old
for
boss.
a few hours.
You're my old boss, Brian, eh?
Yeah.
How long ago was that? 25 years ago.
Yeah, long time.
Pretty tough old
I
boss
don't do
too.
photos very well. That's me limit.
Pretty tough old boss, weren't you? Hey. Yeah. Remember we built that second kitchen over here? Remember I was living there, and we built that number 2 camper kitchen. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
You gave me a hand, and we were putting it together, and some bloke walked past and told us to put it on a bevel. Remember that?
Come on, mine doesn't go back that far.
All right, we'll catch you soon, eh?
Yeah, no worries.
Righto. Yeah, good old Brian, he's a top fella. 25 years he was my boss, still mates. And yeah, I was camped right here in the caravan, it was. And I was living here, sort of working for Brian and helping him build the church. And we were right here, and I had my first kitchen, and I had a lot of problems with it, you know, design. So I was thinking about it, and Brian was helping me to, you know, redesign it. And this guy walked past, I was helping build the church, and he looked at the front of the kitchen, which was a square joint, and he said, "Why don't you put it on a bevel, the front on the bevel?" And me and Brian looked at each other, thought, "Oh, that's a good idea." And then he walked off, didn't even know who it was. But from that moment, I put the front of the Drifta 200 on a bevel, and it's just been the design ever since. And there's also the key for the design for my DPOS, my DSO, my DPOR, all my other camping kitchens. It was all from that little idea of a bevel that I got right here from a bloke walked past and just said that. So, and then me and Brian built that second kitchen, and the first kitchen, number one Drifter kitchen, I left it in that shed right there, and I took off. Never thought I'd need it or anything, but I don't know what happened to it. Nobody sort of knows, but somebody ended up with it, and actually I think the termites ate it out. There's a tap over in the corner there. I used to have a shower under the tap, sit on a bit of fibre and have a shower. Yeah, didn't have much those days. But the old kitchen, was last I saw it was in that shed, and no one knows what happened to it. But that was the number one Drifter. But all we know is maybe the white ants got it. Anyway. Alright, duck down to Repco, and look at this, we got a couple of kits. That's all we need. Yeah, Repco are great. 5 minutes and I'm out of there.
Jesus, right up. Bloody good.
Right, we've got the oil filter off. And then I opened this box because I thought this was it. And good old Drifter mistake. Yeah, I thought they'd given us the wrong one. So we went back to Repco and we said, that's what we pulled off and that's what you're giving us. And then he said, yeah, but you've opened the wrong box. You've opened the 79 box. I'm like, yeah, but I opened the little box, you know. Because surely the Hilux would have the little box, the 79 would have the big box, you know.
And I went by your words. So I didn't open the box.
So there's a lesson for you. That's not really fair, you know. The 79 should have the bigger box, you know. Like it's twice the size. Anyway, so we went back and I said, mate, you've given us the wrong parts. He said, mate, you've opened the wrong box. I said, oh, shit. Anyway, so put a bit of grease on there.
Maybe a bit of grease or a bit of oil.
Yeah, maybe a bit of oil.
Yeah. Wonder, this is the one, how many litres did he say Hilux cups?
7. 7.5.
Okay.
Yes, but we've both got the same oil.
Oh, righto, yep.
Yeah.
And I'll just dip my finger in here, but...
Yep.
Oh, Jesus, righto. Yeah, catch. Oh yeah, you've got to break that lid.
Yeah. Yeah, so Richard's done the uni joints, Richard, haven't you?
That's all okay, you know. So.
Yep. And looking pretty clean otherwise.
All good, you know. No.
Next time we should bring Kaido, you know, and he'd be able to just do all this for us, no worries.
Oh yeah.
But we're working it out.
That's it.
All right, you going to help, Darren? Hey?
Now what we should do is
Oh shit!
put a little bit of oil in that.
Yeah. Do you want to use
We should.
Do you want to use this one because that's the spare one I got?
Okay. Yep.
Just tip it in there.
Yep. I'll just put a bit over half, and we should be able to get it in there.
So this is the church grounds. There's the church there, Seventh Day Venice. And look at this. How many churches have got a hoist and a mechanic shop? That's pretty cool. Rightio. No, that's the 79 one, I think. So it'll be the bigger one.
This one is.
Yeah. Where's that?
That's it.
Wait up. Right. I need that little extension too.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Get that off.
It's just tied to it.
Yeah. All right.
Righto.
So you can keep that one. That's yours.
Yep.
And
If I put the covers back on now, that should be okay. So we can drop him and fill oil.
you've given this a little wipe down.
I just got to do that. I've got that little degreaser.
Right, you jump in and do that.
Yep.
You took these bash plates off, did you?
Yeah. To get out the plug and that, much easier. Get out the filter too.
If you blokes are looking for water, the back turned off, just on that fence up there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. Thanks, mate.
Yep. Thanks, buddy. Yep.
Pipe down the back there.
Yep.
Yeah, she's pretty clean, Richard.
Yeah, she
Aftermarket tank.
Yeah, and it's plastic, but it's just
Perfect, eh?
it's a surprise me, you know.
Shows you looks all good.
Yep.
Hasn't been any, can't see any, bottomed it out here a little bit, a couple of times on the bump stop.
On the bumper stop?
Just once or twice.
Yep.
Nothing on the other side.
No.
And there was no spin effects under here, was there?
No, nothing great. It's all
Shockers look nice and clean.
pretty clear. Yep. Clean.
Alright. Okay. Mechanical. And staircase last night was pretty good, wasn't it? Staircase to the moon.
Oh, good, eh? You know? Yeah.
Yeah, that was great, except for that big crowd. Big crowd of people, eh?
Oh, big crowd, you know?
It's good to see, eh? A lot of people about.
It is. The night market there too, that sort of made a big difference, you know? Yeah, people can go and grab a ice cream or drink or munchies. So that's it.
And little Banjo's looking forward to this weekend camping with you.
Oh yeah.
You going to take him camping?
Definitely, you know?
So that was missing, is it?
That's the one that was missing, so
Does that tuck into here or?
no, he just bolts on the
I reckon Brian will have a bolt for that.
okay, yeah. Yep. Very good. Yeah, this one, buddy.
Okay.
Stepping stone.
Oh, jeez.
Motor groups. Oh, you got him.
Got it.
Yep. You need that.
Let's try this one.
Oh yeah, is that? One's got a funnel there, so that's
Yeah, perfect.
all right. So you don't need this one then, mate?
Oh, I'll keep it on there.
Okay.
How much does she take?
I think he said 7.5 litres.
Yep.
This is 7.
Oh,
Should we try and look it up or?
Oh, no.
Yeah, we said.
put him in, then we'll just dip him and just see what's.
Yeah.
I know we're going to put a tiny bit more in just to top that filter up.
Can you start up and see what's there?
Yeah. Yes,
Well, that's 7 litres. I think he said mine's 12.5 and Richard's 7.5. Do we need it 20 litres?
okay.
Sounds right, Brian, eh? You're the mechanic.
Oh, I'll just agree with you. I know what my car takes.
So,
Was it one of these? Or that smaller one?
well, the small ones I bought for a spare, really.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't matter because we can fill it up.
You got that in there, just see. Start up and see.
Yeah,
what's
if
in
you want to
there.
start him up, Richard, and we'll try it, eh?
Okay, honey. Yep.
Just check out what the
And,
stick says.
just pull that dip out, see what's the reading there, mate.
So we'll just start him quickly, eh? Get
Oh, okay.
the oil going through the filter.
Righto, she's starting.
That's pretty good.
October.
You've been there 12 times building churches.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, yeah.
Brian in his spare time goes to Africa. Where'd he go? Zambia and
Yeah, Zambia.
Right.
where you going this time? Zimbabwe?
Yeah, been to Ethiopia.
So Brian bought a big old truck and you bought a front end loader too, didn't you?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. Oh.
All right. So you're building schools and churches, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. How's that for your spare time? Fly over Africa and build churches.
That's it. Yep. Got the button one. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Keep that for spare.
I'll just get that on white.
Yeah, Brian's been flying over to Africa and we've built churches and schools and
Yep.
one of the schools he's got at the moment is 1,000 kids in it.
Yeah.
And his son-in-law boxer and
Yep. Yep.
they were builders and they sort of did pretty good out of Headland for a while and then that's where all their money went to. Pretty good, isn't it, you know?
Yeah, no, that's good. Okay, fella.
And Brian's going back again.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all sitting good.
Yep. And that's it.
There it is.
Okay.
That's tight. What about the fuel filter?
Fuel filters.
Let's have a look at this filter, see how air filter.
Yeah.
So, let's have a look. Pretty good. Richard hasn't got a snorkel. But, yeah, obviously a bit dusty, but that's not too bad, you know. We can blow that out later. Keep those as spare. And Brian's taken off again, hasn't he?
Yeah, but I mean, look,
You reckon that'll be alright?
that'll be all right. I'll just take that other one as a spare just in
Yeah,
case, but
yeah.
it should be okay, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's alright. Just like this up. And your fluid's good.
Yeah, fluid's good. The battery's all good. They're tight. Nothing sort of rattled, rattled off or anything, so it's been pretty.
Alright.
Yeah. All right, I'll
Hilux is good to go, mate.
yeah, I'll get those tools from the side and move them out. Let them come in then. That should be all right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Brian's stuffed off again. He's a character, Brian. Yeah, he's such a champion bloke. Brian, my old boss. Yeah. I don't think he likes talking on camera much. Which you can't blame me. If someone walked up to me and put a camera in my face and started asking questions, I'd do the same as him, turn around and walk off. Yeah, well, We had a little bit of grass under there.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
much, but tiny bit there. Yeah, you definitely got to check it. I've been under there several times and there was nothing, but
Yep.
a little bit there. So
Yeah, yours is a bit hard to see.
you might have to ask Brian. Hey Brian,
Yeah.
you know where the air filter is? The oil filter?
Oil filter.
Alright, we found the oil filter. I knew where it was the whole time. I was just seeing if Brian knew. Anyway,
Put it down, Google it. Anything.
yeah, somebody's got a good video on it.
Yeah.
Oh, what is it these days? All there.
You reckon? Can that come higher, Richard?
Yeah, but yeah. Hang on. One way.
Oh, that's the way. Yep.
Get it
It's going to be pretty hot.
and we can drop him down. That's just a gas bottle. Well made. Handy.
Oh, jeez. Ooh. Get warm.
Yeah.
Right, so put that there. And
Big coils.
that's got to come out of there, but maybe it fit in.
So much.
There was a plastic piece in the end of this. Can you have a look in that box?
That's on the side there. Yep.
Very hot.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that right, Brian? The oil's really hot?
Yeah.
So you've been running up and down.
Around here. When you put the coal, you need it.
Yes. Okay. Oh.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Good to get, you know, easy to reach. And that.
Oh, it is. It is.
Once
Yeah.
you find it.
Yep. Yeah, there's just a little drain in there, bloody yeah.
And have a look down here, Tony. So that's bit of a stick through there. Jeez, what's that thing do? It's a bit of a spring. I don't think it's worried it too much. And on this side here, that's what's going on with the ABS.
Ah, okay, so that's come
So
off.
that's come out of there.
Yep, yep.
Not real well protected, eh?
No, they're not, eh? You know, yeah,
Anyway, so don't really need ABS. Oh, that's probably up in there, see?
yeah.
Like that. Been ripped out.
That's right, yep.
Now I'll stick that in when I get home. Look at the patch over here.
Patches.
So it's still holding up. Amazing how well them patches work.
Yeah.
And there's a bit of spin effects up behind the fuel tank there. That's the... That's the noise. See up in here, it's been rubbing in here. That's been rubbing on there. But there's a... Anyway, that's not too much of a problem. Yeah. Well, it looks pretty good, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, he's coming through, and then you can see near where some of the, not so much rapid, but just those different noise sounds, you know? Yeah.
Oh, it's good to do it yourself too, eh? Because then you can
It is.
have a look yourself, you know?
Yep.
I'll know for next time where the oil filter is. And you got the grease gun, and we'll grease these uni joints up.
And, you know, it's that,
There's a little bit of weeping under here, but not much, eh?
okay, what's the transfer box or what?
Yeah, back
Yeah.
of the transfer case.
Yeah, okay, yeah, a little bit of weak, but not pouring out. You can check it if you want to, just dip your finger in. If you can feel it, then it's all okay. Yeah.
Lucky I got a black t-shirt on.
Okay, very good.
Alright, so kind of said, make sure.
If you drop that filter in there, it'll just drain while you just drain
Oh,
it
yeah.
in there if you want to. Make sure it comes out the right.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Leave there for a sec. Oh shit.
How you doing there?
Yeah, we're getting there. Yep. Figuring it out as we go, you know. Right, so we've got to make sure we put it back the right way.
Yep. Oh, you got the filter there, right? That's pretty well the same,
Put
mate,
that
you
back
know?
in there.
Yeah, put in there. Otherwise
But what about
it's-
this thing here? What do you think that does?
Where is it? Where is it? Okay, so now you've got O-ring
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Yep, and a little one too. So this little one must fit in there. Oh, okay, so this looks more like a drain to me.
Right. There's a bit more of that.
Yeah. It's like your human body, Droony. If you don't look after it, it'll go down on you.
Yeah.
Yes. Same with the motors. Yeah.
Right. Alright, so that's clean, that's a good tip.
Yep. That's good.
And that black O-ring, that's just for that, isn't it?
Just for this. I mean,
Yeah.
carry it with you, but I don't think you need it. Yeah.
Alright, that's it there.
Mm-hmm.
Carl said put a bit of oil in there, didn't he?
Where's that? Then?
Oh, he said put
You
a
can
bit of
just-
oil on that, you reckon?
You can, then just rub a bit around that.
Yeah. That's got a little bit in it, hasn't it?
Yeah, just in there, just to a little bit around.
Get in the O-ring.
That's it.
Alright.
Okie dokie.
Lock that back in there. Put that back on. We could do a tutorial on how to change oil in a 79 now.
Oh yeah, yeah. If
Yeah,
they
we
just
know.
want to do the basic sort of checks and oil change and stuff, yeah.
We'll keep a lot of that.
Yep, and just hit it with that grease around it and dry it up nicely and clean it. Yep. Yeah.
Then we can check for any leaks if it's leaking.
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
That's it. All the rest of them pretty good. No oil leaks in the diff, nothing. So this only a bit in the transfer box there, but
Yeah, I'll just check this front end.
oh,
Back down, girls.
Yeah, we think we got it.
he's rolling. Yeah.
We would have got it done quicker if you had been helping us. But we think we got it.
Well, you got to learn even at your age.
Alright, I'm just going to check these mounts on the canopy
Okay. Yep.
if I can find them. Yeah, I think we're pretty good. Brian, let us down, eh?
Well, you've done it. Yeah, we'll check the oil and yeah.
Oh, sorry Brian, this that grease gun, I'm not sure if there's any grease coming out of it.
Right?
I don't know if grease is coming out of it.
Yeah.
Must be it's right down, but
Stitched us up with this empty grease gun. Richard probably used it all. Yeah, so looking at this front shock mount, and you can see the amount of thread on there, about 7-8 mils of thread. On this one it wasn't as much, it was only a couple of mils, so yeah, so look at that, it's just definitely not off, but it's loose. Not sure how tight it should be, but seems to be, it's definitely rattled, yeah, in the corrugations. So it's yeah, because I saw on the Canning stock route page a couple of a common thing was shockies coming off. Even on the guy with the patrol who recovered John and Adam, he had one of his shocks come off and it broke, you know. I'm not sure if his vehicle or his other vehicle. Yeah, this was loose, Richard, eh?
was it?
Yeah.
The shocky?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
So that's good. That would have, on more corrugations,
Yeah.
that would have come off. So I'll be able to check that now.
That's it.
See how tight this one is.
There you go. Just drop some oil in there and you should be right.
You need a share?
Ah, not really.
Bloody high.
Right, you got that little funnel, Richard?
There's always that. This one?
Yep.
Grab that oil.
Oh shit. There's a fucking hell.
What?
Bit of the Richard, a bit of this funnel broke off and fell down there.
Oh shit, okay.
I need some long nose pliers. Oh, bloody hell.
That's
A
all
good-
we need.
A good chunk of this.
Yeah.
I got some long nose if you haven't got them. You can just see it.
Okay.
It's gone.
Well, what's these two bolts there? If we undo that, then take that off. It should be just sitting on top there, you know.
Do you want to get Brian?
And where is he? Brian.
Oh, what a disaster.
Nearly done.
I had it and it just slipped. It was like half of that. See? It's basically something like that. Broke off and went down in there. That's a bit of a drama.
No, I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah?
Carry on. What bit of
Really?
plastic? What bit of plastic? You didn't see a bit of plastic, did you, Richard?
No, I didn't know.
No, there you go.
He's only telling.
Did you see a
something,
piece?
that's all.
Well, there you go.
Show you what
Everything's
size
good. Hey?
It's about that big.
It'll just float around, find nice. It's not
Find a
gonna
corner
rust.
somewhere. Yeah.
Not going to rust.
You reckon you're right?
She'll be Jake.
Alright, so that sounds like a bush mechanic opinion.
That's it.
But
They're the best ones, aren't they?
alright. You don't reckon we could suck it out with a vacuum
No
cleaner?
way in the world. You're dreaming.
And you can't, that's just not a little cover we can pull off, is it?
You're dreaming. Forget about it.
That's it.
What if I'm out in the middle of the Amberdell and
Forget about it.
I've got service, I'll ring you.
Okay. I'll wait for the call.
I'll say, Brian,
Just remember, I'm probably going to be dead in another 15 years. So
so you reckon you got to pull half the motor apart to get that out?
Pretty well. Be a good job for your son, mate.
God, I hear that. Alright, well, so
going to do from there is just drop in your sump.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
And drop in your sump and you'll just lay there because it can't go through the motor because it draws through a filter.
Yeah.
It's too big to go through a filter.
Yeah. Yeah.
You might, next oil change, there's a good chance it might come out.
All right. I'll take your word for that.
Yeah, there you go. You just relax.
Well,
That's it.
you got another funnel, Richard?
Yep.
We're ready for.
You're still going, you haven't got it all in yet.
Well, I haven't poured it in yet. No.
Well, this has already got a funnel there, but it's just straight in. Yep. That's just a litre.
No, no, no.
What are you looking for?
Yeah. Oh, I got a rag. I just dropped a bit of oil in. Jeez. Tough job. No wonder mechanics charge so much money. Hey, not an easy job.
Like the basic service on the truck, 250 hour, and they take us normally about 2 hours, you know? That's doing the trailers too, and brakes and everything. And when you book it into a workshop mechanic, they have it there all day.
Yeah,
And you can't work out, okay, how come you spent so many hours?
probably
You know?
probably just dropped something down the funnel.
Because they must be working on, say,
Few cars at a
a few
time.
cars at a time. They do a little bit here and back on the next one. And here,
Righto. Got any more?
next one.
Oh, that's not good for my back.
Another one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, so this body was a bit loose, so can't get in there, you see? Can't get in there. Anyway, I was watching TikTok the other night. And you know that guy with the headband, he's like, for F's sake. Have you seen that guy on TikTok? And he does all these little tricks. And he learns something that he hasn't known before that's real simple, and he goes, for F's sake, and he goes to a shed. Anyway, I saw this on there. Look. You put that in there. That should... See that? Good old TikTok. Learned something. Oh, that was loose. Look at that. Yeah, just some mounts. Tell you what, these lights, I don't even know what they are. Are they steady or something?
Actually, they're good lights, those, mate.
Steady.
Steady lights. Tell you what, these lights, I reckon, not knocking ARB, but I had the ARB lights for years. Had ARB lights and a light bar on the roof on the 76. And I reckon these are as bright as the light bar and the ARB spotties. So, because I haven't used that light bar yet on top. We put it on there, but these lights are just awesome. Yeah, so yeah, those were a bit loose. Well, that's loose too. That's them corrugations, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's loose. Nothing worse than driving into town and the lights are hanging down there. Oh, look how good that works, Danny. See that? It works really good. think so, mate. From TikTok. I don't know what it is, but yeah, it's a pretty good tip. Righto, we put I might have to ask Brian again. Put 10 litres in. I thought the guy said 12 litres, but maybe he didn't say that.
You're down a bit, but
Well, it's hard to tell sometimes.
Still stuffing over there, is it?
What do you reckon, Brian?
I reckon it's perfect.
it's just waiting for you.
Done a good job.
If it's supposed to take, say 7, I put 10 in, would that matter?
No, just start up and see how far above it is.
It's hard to tell.
Even if it's just a little bit over,
Just
doesn't
start up for a while, we'll be alright. No, that's fine. Yep.
Not too much.
No, it'll be fine. Yep.
Alright, well, what if it's got too much?
I thought you said you'd have enough of it.
Well, I looked it up and it said 79's got 7.5 litres, but I thought it would have more than that.
Well, you thought you were smarter than them.
Well,
From Mr. Toyota.
I reckon he gave us the right amount, but from what he said, we had a litre too much, you know?
Yeah.
Hang cleaner just here.
Oh, good, good.
Yep.
So you reckon if I put 10 in as much to have 8, it would be okay?
You'll be fine.
Everything Brian says, it'll be fine. Like, what if I asked him if it would matter if I drove to Gloucester on 3 wheels? He'd probably say it's fine. What do you think, Danny?
Should be fine.
Even with mine and the trucks, you'd go up over, you know, so
Yeah.
as long as it's not too much, otherwise the kid coming over the top, you know, but
Yeah.
over the top. So she,
Well, I think there's 24-hour breakdown warranty service with this place.
Hang up the Derby.
Remember that time we had to go up and get Gary's car that broke in half, Brian? Brian had a an old Rodeo going up to filter. Again, not too bad. Yeah, Brian had an old Rodeo ute, and we used to, he had this huge trailer, a big trailer at the front here, and he used to tow this enormous trailer, and he was going to take the Vic one time, and his Rodeo snapped in half. That's a bit different. I suppose that's bloody hell. Nowhere near fits. So it's got a different airbox, and I carried a spare one of these, so it's up in the roof. I have to jump up and grab it. Yeah, I didn't know. Look, this one. That's handy. So what it is, I've got 2 filters there for standard, but that's different. My mechanic in Gloucester should Should have known that. Anyway, I'll blow this out. Doesn't fit. What I might do is go to Repco and show them that. And yeah, you reckon Gloucester would have figured that out? Right. What do you reckon about a fuel filter? Should I change that?
How long since you left them?
Well, 7,000 k's ago. No fuel lights on.
Huh?
No fuel lights on. I don't know how to change it though.
Oh, easy. 10 is 20 to do it on. Depends where you...
But I got to get back. 7 to get back, you know.
7,000.
Or 6, 7, yeah.
Is it easy to change?
Well, I could look up Google, eh? I carried a spare air filter and it doesn't fit this custom airbox. My mechanic gave it to me. He reckon he would have figured it out. Then I went and bought one and it's wrong as well. I've got 2 79 air filters there. Do you want to keep them here?
No. If you don't want them, throw them in the bin.
All right, Johnny, we better look up how to change the...
Come back in 20 years, I'll still be there.
Yeah, I'll put them on the shelf. Hasn't Boxy got a 79? No. All right. Might be time to get rid of this, I think. Don't think I'll need these for a while. Maybe on the Ambadell, who knows? But I'll take it off for the moment. Right, I better Google it again. Alright, so I rung my mechanic and yeah, I figured it out. There's a little, press the end here and it was just stuck, so I got to lift that up and then just lift that off. But yeah, my mechanic said he normally changes the fuel filter every 20,000. I've only done 7, so it's time I get back to 15. So I'm just going to leave it, not touch it. I know what I'm doing now, so if I needed to change that, say the fuel filter light came on, I know what I'm doing. But I'm just going to let that alone for the moment. And he also said, yeah, that little bit of plastic dropped down there. He says it's not going to be a problem. Same as Brian. Oh, bush mechanic Brian, he reckons it's alright. So I'll go to Repco, see if I can find an air filter. Although that's fine, so it's been blown out, but you know, be good to get one. Fuel's good, oil's good. I think we're done. Cool. the church. So around about here. Yeah, I spent nearly 2 years right here. Remember I was saying that story about how I bought a caravan and I pulled the guts out of it. I was here in a tent right here over summer, and you know what the Broome summers are like, and had a tent right here, and then bought this old caravan, and then it was a mess inside. Pulled the whole caravan apart. Over there I did, and gutted the whole thing, and then spent a couple of months rebuilding it. But they were very good to me, these guys, Seventh-day Adventists, and let me stay here. And I'm not savvy myself, but I spent a lot of time with these guys, and yeah, really admire them. You know, their religion. They worship on the Saturday and observe the Sabbath. They all used to go out, you know, Cable Beach on Friday evening as the sun's going down, and all big group of them, all the families, and they'd all be sort of together, and then spend all day with the church. And they do a lot of volunteer work too, you know, like Brian's been 12 trips to Africa building churches. He spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in Africa, you know, all self-funded, like not a charity or the government, just self-funded. You know, he made some good money in Headland, and you know, what do you do if you make some good money by working your ass off? You know, he could have bought a huge house, but no, he built 12 churches and schools in Africa, you know, and yeah, but good bloke, you know, and I always kept in touch. This thing, you know, you meet good blokes, you're going to keep in touch with them, you know, because good blokes are hard to come by. And it was Brian's his son-in-law boxer. There's a few stories. He was the guy who told me to lose the hat. You know, I was telling him about boxer, and I went looking for a job, and he said lose the cowboy hat and give Brian a ring. That's when I went and rung Brian, you know. And but Boxer's brother is the guy called Thunder, Steve-O, and he was a Qantas pilot. And when an old hoodie come around and he did his famous sort of speech, I found out Hoodie was Seventh-day Adventist and he was a Qantas pilot. So I rang up Boxer's brother Steve, and I said, I don't suppose you know Hoodie, do you? He said, yeah, I'm good mates Hoodie, because Steve's a Sevy and a pilot, Qantas pilot too. So that's how I hooked up with Hoodie through these guys, you know. And so lucky I kept in touch, you know, and then we've been able to, you know, support Hoodie all this time and do good things, you know. So yeah, it all started here, you know, and that little first kitchen that we, you know, yeah, the front of the kitchen, the bench that slides out is on a bevel, you know, and I hadn't thought of it, and this guy just walked past. Well, me and Brian were mucking around with it, and he said, put it on a bevel, and we're like, wow, that's a good idea. And we put on a bevel, and then yeah, if you look at we've made hundreds, thousands of DSO kitchens, Talgo kitchens, DPORs, DPOSs. All of those kitchens use a bevel on the front, and right here is when someone, and I might not have ever had that idea, you know. If that guy didn't say put it on a bevel, I might not have thought of it, you know, because it's one of those, such a simple concept, but you know, simple concepts are hard to come by, you know, until you think of it. Then you're always like, well, why didn't I think of that before, you know? So yeah, a lot of Drifta was conceived here, you know. I had my first kitchen I designed and thought of it in America. We'll tell the story more. Built it in Blaney, but the first box wasn't right, you know, and I've built the second box here, and the second box is in the Gloucester shop too, so that's pretty cool. The campy kitchen that's in our Gloucester HQ store is the box that I made right here where I'm standing now with Brian, you know, and had no table saw, just a little Makita power hand saw, and it's got a couple of cramps and a level for a straight edge. And I built that kitchen that's in the store right here. That was number 2 box, and yeah, number 1 box, yeah, we think the white ant's got it. Anyway, so here we are 25 years later. I gave Brian a ring, and you know, asked him. He said we can stay, which is very good of him. You know, accommodation $400 or $500 a night. Brian said, no, come stay with us. And I said, oh, we need someone to change the oil. I said, yeah, come around the church. So very lucky, and yeah, cool to keep in touch with. Like I said, you meet good men, good people, keep in touch with them, you know. And because, you know, maybe I'll be able to do a favour for them one day. Good story of Brian too, because, you know, I left. Brian's the bloke that well, we didn't, like I said, didn't have a blow up, but we we were working together, and then we parted ways, you know. And I always regret the way I left Brian, because he had tough times too, you know. He sort of, the banks come after him, and you know, he's a builder, been a builder a long time, and builders, you know, they go broke and they come good, and they go broke and come good, and that's what happens to builders. It's a tough game, you know. He had a bad client who wouldn't pay him, and you know, yeah, I was there, had this old red Rodeo that the bank repossessed. And this is the one that went up Cape Leveque, and it snapped in half, and he welded it up again. And he was he could have gone broke, declared bankrupt, but Brian said, no, I'm going to work out and I'm going to pay everybody off. And I saw subbies come around the job sites yelling at him, where's my bloody money? And he's like, look mate, I'm working, I'll pay you off, you know. And we worked hard, you know, and then the bank come and took his truck. The truck was worth nothing because it'd been snapped in half, you know, and it was worth literally nothing. The bank come and took it, but that was his truck, his work truck. So he's working, you know, and he wasn't a young man. He was working, you know, good work and earning some good money, and then the bank come and took it, you know. I couldn't believe it. So that's when I had an old 47. So basically Brian was, you know, down to the bones on his ass, and I was as well, you know. We were working together, and anyway, then that big trailer, this massive big trailer back there, 3 axles, and you know, I was towing it down to Headland and towing it around, and yeah, we'll tell that story a bit more. It's yeah, you know, we were both doing it really tough at the time actually, but good to see Brian's come good. He made a lot of money after that in Headland, and you know what he did with all that money? He went to Africa, and he spent it all. He spent a lot of it building schools and churches. So yeah, very amazing man really, and privileged that we still know him, and he's still sort of happy to keep in touch with us and look after us, and yeah, so that's Brian. Alright, we're going to go have lunch with him.